שבוע טוב מנחם, שבוע טוב אלישע. שני הבחורים ששומרים על כלל ישראל בשני החזויות, בחזית הרוחני ובחזית הגשמי, יהיה גם יחד. יישר כוח לשניכם. We're very proud of both of you. I want to be mamshich on an issue which is very shayach to Elul. I know that it's going to be a hard topic for us to do in 10 minutes, but I want to try to at least be to a point at a few nikudot, which the truth is they're going to be a sodi in terms of things which we'll deal with in the chinuch later on, but right now they're very shayach to Elul. It's very important to realize that this chetzi is going to be very important as a te'um together with, as a pair together with next week's, because this week we're going to deal with charata and yira, charata al basis yira, as opposed to next week where we're going to deal with the concept of kabbalah atid al basis ava, and how they stem from two different aspects, even though they're very mechubar. But I'm always nervous giving one without the other, because having yira without ava is dangerous, and having ava without yira is incomplete. So let's start with the concept of charata, and really with the concept of yira, and see how that leads to and is the basis for charata. Okay, yira. Start with the basic question of yira. A question which I like to start with, which is, if you were to walk into the classroom one day, Kita Aleph, your child is going into Kita Aleph. He walks down excited, his new teak, in front of the teacher, and he says, "Teacher, I am so excited to learn. I can't wait to learn." And the teacher pulls out a stick and says, "If you don't learn, and if you don't pay attention, and if you don't stay focused in on everything I'm saying, I'm gonna throw you right out of class." If I, as a parent, am peeking in, I say, "This is terrible. You're gonna destroy your child. He came in and said he wants to learn. Why do you have to threaten him?" Okay? So the same question we're faced with, and the Maharal is faced with, when forgetting about pshat in the psukim of what comes before what, but certainly Chazal relate to a concept of Naaseh v'nishma, followed by Kafalim Karakigit. Okay? Once Am Yisrael comes and says, "We cannot wait for this wonderful present," HaKadosh Baruch Hu turns back and says, "V'im lo sham tieh kvuratchem." Why? Why? So the Maharal is going to explain, we're going to see in Rav Hutner also, why there is no such thing as talking about going from Yira to Ava to Yira. Okay? At the end of the day, we're chayiv. We have a mitzvah. We have two mitzvot midiot. We have 6 mitzvot midiot. Of 2 of the mitzvot midiot are both Yira and Ava. There is no point when we leave Yira and we go to Ava. There's no point when we leave Ava and go to Yira. We always are chayiv in both. And there's something that Yira brings to the table, and there's something Ava brings to the table. And today I want to focus in on Yira and what Yira brings to the table, okay? And how it is the basis for charata. Yirat shamayim. We know that Yirat shamayim is a basic, it's a yesod. In last week's parsha, we even said that the reason we do all the mitzvos is laman yilmod liras Hashem Elokecha. The reason for our mitzvos is in order to develop Yirat shamayim. We also know in other places we have a chiyuv of Yirat shamayim in order to do mitzvot. Okay? We also know that Chazal say that when we get to shamayim, okay, not that there's a whole number of questions which we're going to be quizzed on, whether we're kovei itim l'Torah, whether we were mitnaheg biyosher in our business, whole number of things which kavata itim. There's a whole number of things which are going to be asked on, but at the end of the day, the Gemara finishes up and says, but at the end of the day, everything is going to be nimdad by our Yirat shamayim. And whether we had Yirat shamayim or didn't have Yirat shamayim. What is this Yirat shamayim? Okay, and in order to be koni Yirat shamayim, we have to, like any Kenyan, we have to know exactly what it is, and how do we get there. So when we talk about Yirat shamayim, So first of all, this might be hard to swallow, but Yirat shamayim in the Torah starts off and at a basic level, doesn't even necessarily have anything to do with the HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Doesn't even have to do with how we relate to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When we talk about Amalek not being Yirei Elokim, and when we talk about Sodom not having Yirat Elokim, and when we talk about the concern of Avram Avinu of Mitzrayim not being Yirei Elokim, the problem there was not a problem. It wasn't a tviyah of Avodah Zarah. The concern wasn't that they weren't Oved Hashem. The concern of Yirat Shamayim is whatever system it is. The concern of Sodom is that they weren't mechuyev to something greater. There was no such thing as right and wrong. The Rambam in Sefer HaMitzvos, when he says what the mitzvah of Yirat Shamayim is that we are mitzuvah in Yirat Shamayim, and not, what's the opposite of Yirat Shamayim? And not that we just go b'shriras libeinu. The opposite of Yirat Shamayim is that we do whatever we want. Yirat Shamayim means we are mechuyav to right and wrong, to something greater. We don't just do whatever we want. There is something which is right and there's something which is wrong. Yirat Elokim, for us, Yira, is that right and wrong is from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And the fact that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is there and he expresses his ratzon, that creates a mechuyavut. That creates, wait a second, there's a statement of the Alter of Kelm, which I very much enjoy. It says, every creature can do it at once. Only Bnei Adam cannot do what they want. There are animals who are tremendous balei chesed for their young and for others, who are tremendously involved in kihila. But because that's ingrained into their habit, into their want, but not because they have gvura, not because they overcome a ratzon. Only Bnei Adam have a gvura that they can say, lo, אבל זה אסור, או זה, לא, אני רוצה לעשות את זה, אבל זה לא בסדר. אני רוצה לעשות את זה, אבל זה אסור. That we ask first, מה מוטל עליי? מה רצון Hashem? At the core of Yirat Shamayim, even humanism, even regular general humanism, which establishes that there is a right and a wrong, I can't just do what I want because there's something which is wrong, that is a form of Yirat Shamayim. It's not Yirat Elokim, it's not a kiyum of our mitzvah of having Yirat Hashem, but that's a form of Yirat Shamayim. For us, Yirat Hashem means that Yirat comes from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Rav Chaska Levenstein asks a very basic question. He says, how is it? We speak about Yiras HaRomus and Yiras HaOnesh, and those both come up in the Rambam. He says, how are those the same mitzvah? One is me being afraid about what's going to happen to me, and one is me standing and realizing that I'm in the presence of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And he says they both are the same. They both come from the same mitzvah. It's not just the Gzera Shava of the word Yira. They both mean that the fact that I'm standing in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu has repercussions. There is right and there is wrong. Yirat Shamayim, when we talk about it, Yirat Shamayim, we mean first you ask, wait, what's right and wrong? Okay. That is at the core of Yirat Shamayim. Now when we look in Rav Hutner on Shavuos, he points to an important yesod, which is reflected in the Maharal. The difference between Ava and Yira. Okay, he says that there's a Ramban. There's a Ramban which says that Yira comes from Lo Taseh, and Ava comes from Aseh. And the Rav Hutner asks the question, he says, what? If I love someone, I'm not going to be careful not to do what they don't want me to do. If I'm afraid of someone, I'm not going to be cautious to do what they want. He said, yes, we're not talking about mitzvahs aseh and mitzvahs lo taseh. It's the koach of asiyah or the koach of iyasiyah. The koach of zrizut or the koach of zihirut. When I do everything that I do, there's one koach, which is the koach of yira, which says, wait a second, I'm mechuyav, I have to be zahir, zihirut. When we talk about yira, I want you to picture a box which includes in the box which we call yira, includes with it and zihirut, caution, concern about doing something wrong. I can learn Torah out of Ava or out of Yirat. I can learn Torah out of Ava. Oh, what a special zchus to be learning Torah. I can't wait to learn Torah. And we can be learning Torah out of Yira. Wait a second, I have to be cautious not to be mevatel Torah, that there isn't bittul Torah, that I don't do it wrong. Now, at first glance, we might say, Ava's better. We need Ava. In the enterprise, and we'll talk about Ava. But there also needs to be an aspect of Yira. Why does there need to be an aspect of Yira? Because Yira also creates urgency. I need to do it. Part of the box of Ava is I want. Part of the box of Yira is I need to do it. It's important. Remember once I was sitting on a bus with a Baal Tshuva. Not a Baal Tshuva, with someone who was not yet Mekayim Mitzvos. And he turned to me and said, and I tried not to be insulted, but he turned to me and said, תגיד לי, אתה נראה כמו רב. איך זה יכול להיות שיש דתיים שהם שמנים? אני לא מבין. דיאטה צריך להיות קל לדתי. יש כל כך הרבה דברים בעולם שהוא לא יכול לאכול והוא לא אוכל. הוא מקפיד על כשרות והוא אף פעם לא נכשל בכשרות. אז למה הוא יכול אז למה דיאטה לא קל לו? אני עניתי לו. אני אמרתי, יש הבדל גדול. באוכל שיושב על השולחן שלא כשר, אני לא יכול לאכול. אסור לי לאכול. באוכל בעוגה שיושב על השולחן, אני לא רוצה לאכול. הכוח שאני לא יכול לאכול, ואני לא רוצה לאכול, שני דברים אחרים. Yira is a parsha אני לא יכול. Ava is a parsha אני רוצה, או אני לא רוצה, או אני רוצה שלא. We need Yira. We need urgency. Where does that urgency come from? We all have Yira for certain things. We have Yira at the same time that, let's say, a Maaseh Chesed. Okay, treating other people. Bein Adam l'chavoro, we all have a natural Yirat shamayim. We all naturally feel like, no, it's wrong. We're embarrassed if we're pogea someone, if we hurt someone. We also feel good. There's also ava. We also feel good to do chesed. But it's also when we do something wrong to someone, it's pogea ban. We're not a mensch. Mensch, the word mensch means something very simple. It's German. It's Germani, which means a man, ben adam. What happens if I don't act like a mensch? I'm not a mensch. I'm not a person. It's not extra credit. It's not like to be a mensch. זה מה שאני. אז יש לי יראת שמיים, אני לא יכול להיות לא mensch. I cannot be a mensch. So where does yirat shamayim come from? Yirat shamayim comes from the fact that there are certain things which are taboo. אם אני עובר עליהם, אני לא אני. לכל בן אדם דתי יש yirat shamayim, אפילו אם הוא לא רואה את הקדוש ברוך הוא לפניו, יש לו yirat shamayim מאכילת כשר, בגלל שאם הוא חלילה וחס, אם הוא נפגע בכשרות, אז זה מגדיר אותו. זה מגדיר אותו. And Elisha, for the first time that it happens to in the army, and there will be a mitzvah. There will be a mitzvah to do it. אבל יהיה כזה פחד. The first time that you have to drive on Shabbos during Shmirah. יהיה כזה פחד. And there should be a pachad. There should be a yira. That's what creates the zirut of saying, wait a second. So then should I or shouldn't I be? And you will decide, yes, I should be because of mitzvah, and that's the chiyuv, and that's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants. And I might even at the end do it b'simcha. But the first time, yeh b'zeh yirat shamayim, yeh b'zeh yira, yeh b'zeh zirus, yeh b'zeh pachad. When we talk about charata in tshuva, It comes from the fact, not simply that I'm embarrassed, because you know what, we all make mistakes. So why are we embarrassed for being a Ben Adam? In fact, Adrabah. How can I, if I'm understanding to other people that they make mistakes, so how can it be so hard on ourselves? And truth, we'll continue in Charata another time, a different time. But in terms of Yira, there's a part of Yira which says there's an urgency. This is important. There are things which are chashuv. So let's remind ourselves again. There's a bucket which we call Yirat shamayim. Yirat shamayim, the word Yira, the bucket of Yira, comes together with words like Tzarich, Zahir, Chashuv, Lo Yachol. Okay? That's Yira. That is going to be the basis of Charata. We'll get to Ava, and we'll get to but for right now, the first step is Yirat shamayim. There are things which are important. Bezrat Hashem, both in yeshiva, we should be able to be mityaches to our limud Torah with a tremendous amount, the enterprise of limud Torah with Ava. But in the pratim, it should be chashuv lanu. Ha'im ze pshat. We should say, when I should go to sleep after I know, was this really pshat or really not pshat? And that's going to come from Yira of saying, wait, ze chashuv. Ze lo rak tov. Ze lo rak olam haba. Ze gam chashuv. When we talk about Shmira and how we are in our Ben Adam Chavero, Bein B'tzava, Bein B'yeshiva, צריכים לגשת לדברים לא רק כטוב ולא רק לפנים משורת הדין. אבל בין אדם לחבר זה חשוב, זה מגדיר אותי, זה מי שאני, אני מנש, ואני דורך לדברים שנוגעים במנשלכות. יראת שמיים. אני נוגע לעניינים שנוגעים לתפילה, לזמנים. ביראת שמיים, נכון, זה הזדמנות לקשר עם הקדוש ברוך הוא, אבל זה גם כן הלכה, וזה גם כן חשוב, וזה גם כן נצרך, וזה בא מיראת שמיים. זה לא יכול לבוא רק מאהבה. צריך להיות בו את החלק של היראה. זה דבר חשוב. בעזרת השם, השבוע נעבוד על הצד של חשיבוס והיראה בחרטה, ומזה נגיע גם לקבלה והאהבה שבשבוע הבא. Have a wonderful week. Have a great hour.